noise here is just something to behold.
It's unbelievable, and you know, I'm repeating myself now, but it actually feels like All-Ireland final day. It genuinely does, and there is a massive buzz around the place, and you know, it's just Dara, New Year, the round robins, the whole lot. Look, it's very hard on players, the amount of matches they've played, and I said at the start of the year, I'd love it as a player, all these matches, but then you start thinking about getting up and going to work and recovering mentally and all that sort of thing. But it's just been unbelievable, one match after another, and who knows what can be thrown up today. I know, guarantee you one thing, with it, we won't be disappointed. It'll be savage.
We've hardly been disappointed with the hurling in 2018. It has just been classic after classic, and we think this one will, and we expect it to go the same way. There will now be a moment's silence here in Croke Park as we remember Achille Boothman, who played for Dublin in the 1961 All-Ireland final. Just about ready to go, the 65th championship meeting of Cork and Limerick. Cork won the toss. There is the referee, Paul O'Dwyer from Carlow. Cork will attack the Hill 16 goal in the first half. There is hardly a breath of wind, and the match is underway. A hurl has gone flying already, and here go Cork off to a flyer with Bill Cooper with the first shot, but that has gone wide from the Cork midfielder. What a start.
Yeah, Dara, just looking there, Seamus Harity gone to centre forward, Shane Kingston gone in at full forward, and Conor Lahan and Patrick Horgan in the two corners.
Here's Luke Meade, when he's got rid of it to Bill Cooper. And Pat Horgan given a lot of space. It was Mike Casey who was a bit on the loose side, but Limerick able to keep them out for the moment. There is Mike Casey from the Piercing. Declan Hannon in a good position, and Limerick with this methodical, fluid build-up. They have a plan, they stick to it. The ball was overhit, and Damien Cahalan, who was sent off in last year's semi-final as some unfinished business with games at this stage of the championship, as Dara Fitzgibbon is on his bike. He's Richie English's first cousin. Dara Fitzgibbon can go left or right. He backs himself. Fitzgibbon, did he take too many steps while he was being fouled? It's a free into Cork, a free into Cork. Great run from Dara Fitzgibbon.
Yeah, well, we saw the pace. This guy is having a brilliant year, and the pace from there. But Kyle Hayes, to be fair to him, he covered massive ground to get back, and you see a little hand in the back coming in there. Shane Kingston was inside him as well, and I think the changes in the Cork attack have maybe disjointed Limerick defence a little bit at the start. Richie English is now in at full back. They've put Mike Casey on Horgan, so a few changes going on here early on.
It was Pat Horgan who put the free over the bar as Limerick attack with Dara O'Donovan. Lovely feet from Dara O'Donovan, and there's the equaliser.
Yeah, we saw Dara against Kilkenny, scored a couple of great plays. Lovely bit of skill there, the way he saw the hook coming in and he brought the ball back under control and stuck it over the bar.
Anthony Nash with the low puck out, picking up Mark Coleman. Now Seamus Harnedy approaching the 45. The Cork crowd told us before it was gone over the bar in the Cusack stand. They were right behind that from Seamus Harnedy. Point.
We talked about Anthony Nash's puck out. He picked out Christopher Joyce there and fed the ball on to Seamus Harnedy. He got a lot of space and he started out, he's gone wing forward now, so the Cork forwards are moving all the time.
Oh, great catch, brilliant from Garrod Hegarty. Here's Garrod Hegarty, the Cork defence far too loose. They let him have a lot of space, and Garrod Hegarty was never going to miss from there.
And I think a great example there of the difference in the approach. You know, Limerick have that size in the half-forward line. They can go long. They've big men in the half-forward line. Brilliant catch by Hegarty there, and made room for himself. And brilliant open start to the game, you know, and that's what we expected, and we're not been disappointed.
Anthony Nash, there was a lot of movement with the Cork midfielders on the half-forward line. It'll come straight back at them. Here's Cian Lynch, Kieran Carey's nephew. Lynch is hooked as Daniel Carney was there with him, and Carney picks up the loose ball. I think he's only 5'9". There's giants around him, but Carney not bothered with size. He's had a fantastic year. Here's Luke Meade, whips it forward in low. Cork will have to keep it low against those big Limerick defenders. Now the shot from Pat Horgan over his shoulder, wide. Second one.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed with that. Fairly routine for him, but again, look how sharp he was out in front. Lovely ball in by Luke Meade, and really Patrick Horgan should have put that one away. Be disappointed.
Aaron Gillan sent off in the first meeting in the round robin 2 months ago. Kyle Hayes trying to draw that in, but Anthony Nash will catch those all day. And a mistake from the puck out. It was Luke Meade trying to get on the end of it.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed just watching Luke Meade and Daniel Carney way up the field here, and Tom Morrissey and Dermot Burns trying to stay back in the half-back line to keep a little bit of support in front of Horgan. You saw the couple of balls into him so far, loads and loads of space. So I just think the Limerick half-back line completely dragged out of position. They're all outside the 70-metre line at this stage.
Seamus Flanagan playing like, well, left half forward at the moment as the ball is cut in long. Colm Spillane there with Aaron Gillan. Gillan, will it hang on? No, it stayed outside that post. So that's their first wide.
Yeah, Colm Spillane a little bit casual there, and if Aaron Gillan looked outside, Dermot Burns had made his way up. He was only 50 yards out. He could have flicked it back out to him. He didn't see him and took the wrong option, put it wide. Early nerves, and they'll have that in both teams.
Anthony Nash goes long. Too long. Big catch from Dan Morrissey. Well, he had it, then lost it. Cork put the pressure on. Bill Cooper up very tight with him. Daniel Carney, how did he come out with possession there? Owen Cadigan. Now Mark Coleman and Sean O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue to Dara Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon from 60 metres out. He loves this, and so do the Cork fans, and they nudge in front again in the 6th minute.
Yeah, and great composure there by the Cork players. Played the ball around Mark Coleman back to Sean O'Donoghue, and he picked out Fitzgibbon. Great score.
Christopher Joyce. Too much space being afforded to Dara Fitzgibbon, but this one has gone wide. 3 of those they've had. He's had a very bright start, and he's had a really great year with this team, hasn't he?
Absolutely, he's brought something different and going great under him.
Making the step up from selector under Kieran Kingston to manager look easy. Sean O'Donoghue, great play. He's been outstanding this year, a fine footballer in his own right, captain of the Cork under-21s. Here's Christopher Joyce, changes the angle of the attack, drifting out as Conor Lehan. 2 Limerick men around him, one of them is Dan Morrissey. Darragh O'Donovan. O'Donovan going in long, can't get it up to Aaron Gillan. Christopher Joyce sweeping across. Mark Coleman. Cork leading by 3 points to 2. Dara Fitzgibbon is the danger man again, but he just couldn't pick it up. Cian Lynch will win that dirty type of ball all day. Dan Morrissey fouled pretty much on halfway. Free Limerick.
You see the push in the back there, and clear free to Limerick.
Dermot Burns has emerged as a real key man in John Kiley's Limerick half-back line. He's going to take the free. Dermot Burns, point.
That's a great strike from Burns, and as you say, they're a key man, a great man to get a few points in play. Sometimes he maybe goes for too many shots from out the field, but can be very accurate on his day, and if he gets a couple, he does a lot of harm.
That was the first point from a place ball. Anthony Nash with a puck-out failure. Garrod Hegarty seizing on it and firing that one over. And Limerick settling down. Cork appeared to be the quicker to settle, but there's more steel about Limerick now.
Yeah, look at this sharp out, brilliant play, but just look at the pick up here, the way he flicks the ball over, the lovely little flick up into his hand. That's a brilliant piece of skill and a great score by Garrett.
It's a long puck out from Anthony Nash. That one doesn't work either. Richie English. There's Shane Kingston trying to block him. Kyle Hayes. Daniel Carney wins it back for Cork. Christopher Joyce on his own 65. Again, they favour that far corner. Running out into that space is Pat Horgan. Horgan steadies down. He'll back himself and fancy himself to score, but surprisingly, he's put it wide.
And he's going to be disappointed. That's brilliant movement by him, but the puck-out's not working for Cork, and Limerick varying theirs out a quick one to Dermot Burns here.
And Nicky Quaid getting the Limerick puck-out going very quickly. Anthony Nash pausing and taking his time. Here's Aaron Gallan with the score. They're moving now.
Absolutely brilliant ball down the wing there by Dermot Burns, and Gallan is a brilliant young forward, turned back inside, and Limerick dominating the puck-outs now both ways.
Nash going short. Colm Spillane puts the distance on it up into that far corner again for Pat Horgan, but Limerick have sussed that out early on. Aaron Gallan drifting across to the Cusack stand side. Graham Mulcahy will work all day for this team. One of the senior players, and he's still only 28. Graham Mulcahy from a very difficult angle off his left side. Didn't work out though. They've been pretty efficient with their scores. Only their second wide.
Yeah, you know, early in the game he'd be a bit like Pat Horgan, the far end. You're anxious to get on the scoreboard. Patrick Horgan 3 wides already. I think Mulcahy maybe could have kept that one in play as well, but you know, early in the game you're going to have a little bit of nerves like that, and but overall both teams settle down very quickly.
Another Anthony Nash Cork puck out is won easily by Richie English, so Nash has the ball back. It is bombed long. Conor Lehan goes up in the air. Daniel Carney tries to pick up the loose ball. Carney's knocked over. Free Cork. It'll be Pat Horgan time.
Yeah, very good start by Paul O'Dwyer, the ref as well. You know, this is his first really big day here in Croke Park, and he's just, you know, you wouldn't even notice him up to now. Just a couple of frees. They've been all clear frees, been decisive, and good call again there.
No matter what sport it is, the best referees you hardly notice they're there.
Notice them.
Pat Horgan. Point. It's their first score in 5 minutes. You know, looking around the ground, it's quite difficult. There's loads of red, loads of green. Brilliant atmosphere. Kyle Hayes for Limerick. Unorthodox way of firing the ball forward towards Seamus Flanagan. Easy to pick out with the socks pulled up, but Cork able to deal with the Damien Callahan to Christopher Joyce. Limerick's half-forward line putting Cork under pressure, but they stay calm. They trail by a point, and they haven't got enough players forward. Limerick, well, their half-back line able to deal with that Cork attack very easily. Here's Tom Morrissey. What a year he's had since the 30th of December when he came in the Munster League. Great catch from Gallan. Oh, put it over. He nearly scored a goal with the boot against Kilkenny. Murphy pulled off a brilliant save, and Gallan thought he was going to put that right here.
Well, absolutely. He just turned the toe up and set it down. Really should have scored a goal. A brilliant ball by Tom Morrissey. I'm just going to mention that, you know, he took the right option, saw the one-on-one inside, picked them out. It really should have been a goal.
Well, Cork having problems making the ball stick at their full forward line, and there was an illegal use of the stick from a Cork player in there, so it's a free to Limerick.
Yeah, they're having major problems winning any ball up there at the moment. They're half forward and getting absolutely cleaned out. And Anthony Nash not getting those puck-outs going, and that, look, there's Gallan again. Just a brilliant catch. Lost the hurl in the tackle, and you see he went upwards instead of down. Should have maybe just dropped the toe and tipped it into the net, but he's saying a penalty.
He's actually the player, as you can see, receiving treatment at the moment, but Limerick in the last, 5 minutes have scored 4 out of the last 5 points in the game. It's got quite dark overhead as well. Cork really don't want it to rain. Limerick wouldn't mind it. 13th minute, Diarmuid Burns with the free. Gallan's okay after the treatment. Anthony Nash comes out for that. Oh, some juggling with it. I think it was Damien Cahalane. Free out.
Yeah, you're right there. Right. You know, normally the goalie take control of that situation, you know, and surprising that he didn't come for it. And it bobbled there. If anybody had been in a bit sharper, there was a chance.
Damien's shout was obviously the louder. Anthony Nash. Mike Casey clearing, well, only half clearing for Limerick. They should have numbers there to deal with this. Tom Morrissey, and pulled first time on it by Diarmuid Burns. Now Graham Mulcahy bearing down with Sean O'Donoghue there in pole position for Cork. And O'Donoghue, the calmest man, but he'll need Christopher Joyce to be calm because Kyle Hayes is putting pressure on. And Cork figure it out and manage to get the ball away from their own goal. Daniel Carney skips around Dan Morrissey. Carney has options left or right. Ahead of him is Seamus Harnedy, the Cork captain. Seamus Harnedy, that's a super score, a real team score, all the way back to Sean O'Donoghue, and they worked at the length of the field. They trail by 1.
Absolutely, Darren. What a find that Sean O'Donoghue has been for Cork this year. His pace, like, that's real defending. He had the confidence to take up the ball, and beautiful movement. And Daniel Carney, the little pop pass to Harnedy off his shoulder, and a great score. That's Cork's running game. That's what they want to get going, but they have to get more possession if they're going to do that.
Richie English firing that long. That was for Aaron Gallan. That's a Limerick line ball. Colm Spillane, although he was under pressure.
This guy can point. These Dara O'Donovan, yeah, he got a great one below in Semple Stadium the last day. We saw Joe Canning yesterday with 2 brilliant ones, and he's capable.
Dara O'Donovan, that's going to go wide. 4 to go, though. And Anthony Nash much quicker with the puck out. The movement was from Daniel Carney, but it's up here they've had issues, but there's good movement from Shane Kingston. Couldn't hold on to it first time. Cork trail by a point. Shane Kingston in the second All-Ireland semi-final. There's Dara O'Donovan back doing the heavy defensive shift, and it's tidy from Limerick as they play their way out of trouble. Kyle Hayes sending that in long towards Seamus Flanagan. Cahalane is there with them. Flanagan has the ball for Limerick. Forced to turn away from goal to make space. He should score. He does score, Seamus Flanagan.
Yeah, we mentioned Sean O'Donoghue for Cork as a find. Flanagan has been a great find for Limerick during the league, and again, brilliant ball inside, isolating one-on-one. Positions don't mean anything, movement all over the place, and just a great game now, really settled into a mighty game.
Conor Lahan from outside the 65, and he's put that one wide, and Cork not converting again. 5 wides to Limerick's 3. Diarmuid Burns. It's Aaron Gallan who's moving, and Seamus Flanagan has got free of Damien Cahalane. The referee tells the players to get up. He saw nothing wrong with the challenge. Christopher Joyce tidies up for Cork. Joyce flicks it forward. Daniel Carney seeing a lot of it for Cork. They ran into traffic now. It's Luke Meade. Meade has Seamus Harnedy to his left. He fancies a go at it himself. Wide though. Harnedy was in a better position. It's easy to call that from up here. And
it is, but the anxiety, see, sometimes you're trying to get on the scoreboard, you're worrying about your own performance, getting a point, and really the right option there was just draw the man, give it to Harnedy. It was a simple point.
Nicky Quaid's restart. Limerick do have an advantage in the air. Seamus Flanagan calling for this with Cian Lynch, but great work on the ground by Dara Fitzgibbon. And Cork on the move again with Bill Cooper. Cooper, I thought he was going to have a shot. Great hands. Now to Conor Lehan. Missed one earlier. That looks tight. That looks tight. Are they going to use the technology? Yes, they are. I have a fancy it may be wide, but Hawkeye will give us the proof.
Yeah, just watching Bill Cooper when he got that ball. There was no movement inside. Patrick Horgan and Shane Kingston were in there. They weren't moving, and he did very well just to switch the hand pass back out. I'd agree with you, that might have just curled outside, but we'll find out now.
Yeah, wide. But again, as we saw yesterday, the umpire's right to use the technology and just be sure on such a big day.
Yeah, 7 wides there for Cork. You know, some very easy chances, and they're 2 behind. They can't afford it at this level.
Garrod Hegarty, Ger's son, he was on the 94 team. Dara O'Donovan of Limerick fired that in long. It was Keane Lynch who was in an advanced position. Limerick mixing it up, moving their players around and causing problems for Cork. They lead by 2. That ran away from Sean Finn, 2-time All-Ireland under-21 winner. Here's Shane Kingston. That one is over the bar, there's no question about that. White flag goes up. Shane Kingston's first point. There's just one between them. We're a quarter of the way through this All-Ireland semi-final. And that was just too long. Mark Coleman. 100-mile-an-hour stuff, isn't it? Bill Cooper wasn't a great pass forward. Limerick defenders have picked up a lot of loose passes. That one was too high for Aaron Gillan. He's been in the wars a bit. He's back on his feet now, but a bit slow to pick himself up off the ground. I wonder if that knock he picked up earlier on is still causing him issues. Declan Hannon in trouble now. It's Seamus Harnedy. Harnedy was hit fair by Dan Morrissey. Now let's come back to Daniel Carney from 45 metres out. That's more like it from Cork. They have shown us glimpses of the quality we know they have. Yeah, it's a great team score though again, and Harnady's worked right there to win it. Luke Meade, and the last time he made a mistake, this time he didn't. He picked out the man Hegarty away again here. Garrod Hegarty. Declan Hannon was up there as well, and Garrod Hegarty, when it got very congested. Owen Cadigan, Daniel Carney. There's just no space in there. Brilliant stuff. Seamus Flanagan, Dan Morrissey. And that was for Aaron Gillan, but Christopher Joyce is sweeping in front of him. Colm Spillane was doing the marking. Luke Meade, brilliant, outrageous skill just to kill the ball, and off he goes, Luke Meade. Now this is from way out the field. The Cork followers love it. They absolutely love it. That's a glorious point from Mark Coleman. Yeah, and we talked about Darragh Fitzgibbon earlier. What great young players, Luke Meade, Shane Kingston, all these young Cork players, and Limerick have them as well. But to me, Coleman is such an effortless hurler. That's a beautiful strike. And credit to Cork, they looked, you know, they were a few points down, missing a few chances, but the confidence is there, and that's 3 or 4 great points in a row now. The 3 on the spin for Cork as they retake the lead. Coleman, one of the long-range point-taking specialists in their squad and in their team. A free in though. The equaliser will be on its way. Yeah, that's great work by Graham Mulcahy. You know, he's the smallest forward out there, but the height he got there to bring down that ball and to win it, and then to win the free. And Cork had plenty of defenders there, but he battled away, and you could just see a little push there in the back from Sean O'Donovan. So Graham Mulcahy is all right, and so is Aaron Gillan. Finally ready to strike it, and it's as comfortable as you get on a day like today. The sides have been level 5 times, 8 each. Absolutely brilliant, and free taker loves that starting out, a nice easy free like that. 21 minutes gone, that's the first score from a free from Gillan, and Horgan's only got 2, very few frees, very open game. Brilliant catch. Seamus Harnedy managed to get the ball away. Richie English is trying to close down that space. And it's a free in, is Hurley. Conor DeHaan's Hurley was... Yeah, I'm worrying for Cork. Seamus Harnedy is down, injured. He got a heavy knock. See that, a great catch by him again. Just have a look. Ooh. So he just got on the hip by the looks of things there from Richie English. Still gave the ball on and they won the free in, but he's down at the moment and carried an injury into the game. He looks to be in a bit of bother here. Yeah, he looks very uncomfortable, Seamus Harnedy. Cork can not afford to be without Seamus Harnedy. It's a dead leg, is it?
You know, it's early days to be talking about benches, but you know, we know this in the modern game. We saw it last night again with, you know, David Fitzgerald for Clare and Ian Galvin coming in. There's Patrick Horgan tapping it over, but he would just be a massive loss. Harnedy, he's really the one that has the most physical power in that Cork attack, and he looks to be in a fair bit of trouble.
So Cork 9, Limerick 8. The treatment continues for Seamus Harnedy. There are 3 Cork players out warming up, although it is quite a warm afternoon. It's not going to take them long, but there is real concern for the Cork skipper. Will he be all right? Of course, there was all sorts of talk of injuries and stuff like that coming into the game, and he was doubtful but was fit to start. Here's another look at it. Richie English just caught him, and he will do everything he can. I think he's actually having a conversation with the referee. I think he's going to be all right, though. He thought there was...
Well, he's a tough man, and we'll see, can he run it off? I suppose that's what he's trying to do. That was the old-fashioned way anyway. I don't know if that still works nowadays.
We're about to find out. So is Seamus. Ball back in play. Nicky Quaid. Kyle Hayes, and now it's come to Keane Lynch. Lynch trying to make some space. Got the ball away towards Aaron Gillan. Colin Spillane across there for Cork. Here's Damien Cahalane and Sean O'Donoghue. Oh, that was a risky one. And Garrod Hegarty saw the opportunity to get in there. And Hegarty still has it for Limerick. Garrod Hegarty, there's help behind if he needs it. Has it from Tom Morrissey. Morrissey, no, wide. That's their 4th. The angle was tricky, but again, a player of his quality and the ear he's had, you'd fancy him.
Yeah, fancy him, yeah. And, you know, good work again by Garrett Hegarty. He read that very well, read the short ball, and really, that should have been put over.
Sean O'Donoghue, Seamus Harnedy. He's been caught again by Dan Morrissey. Well, it didn't stop his momentum. Harnedy made of tough stuff. Christopher Joyce. Christopher Joyce, that's a point. That's a lovely score from Christopher Joyce.
And Harnedy is involved in so much that's good of the Cork play. You know, again, there burst forward, used his strength and had the vision then to look outside. And Joyce with a great score.
Michael, they're going to look at Hawkeye just to be sure. You can hear, and I'm sure you can pick it up at home, the reaction of the Cork supporters over in the Cusack stand, and they cheer when they think it's gone over the bar. I have to say, I reacted off that one, certainly.
Yeah, they were right. You'd wonder why they went up well inside. That's the 2 Cork wing-backs now on the scoreboard, and the 2 Limerick wing-backs on the ball a good bit too. They're getting a lot of room. They're picking up a lot of puck-outs from Nicky Quaid.
Nicky Quaid right down the middle towards Garrod Hegarty. Ball breaks loose. Mark Coleman picks it up. It's Limerick's turn to have problems on their own puck-out. Daniel Carney, Luke Meade. Now this is for Shane Kingston to chase down. Sean Finn is the Limerick defender behind him. Shane Kingston and Sean Finn got the better of him. The ball squirts loose though. Declan Hannon. 2 hands. No, goes with the 1.
You hear the whole crowd roaring.
Yeah. Oh, a loose one from Dan Morrissey. Possession gifted to Daniel Carney on the 65, and he gives it back, but Limerick have got a free in. There was a pull in there that the referee, Paul O'Dwyer, didn't like, and he was in the perfect position to make the call on this.
Yeah, and Cork have got on top there, no doubt about that, over the last 10 minutes. You see Daniel Carney here, just maybe a flick in there from Garrett Hegarty. That's a free. And great defended by Sean Finn before that. You know, one-on-one when Kingston closed him down, won the ball. But some of these short passes are going astray. Saw Nash there, he picked out Carney there through 3 Limerick players. A beautiful, he has that skill to do that, and that's what Cork need to do to develop that running game. They need to be getting that first-time ball from him.
So here is the great Pat Horgan, just inside halfway. Cork's all-time leading scorer, and that one has gone wide. Oh, they're going to go okay. Now,
you should know that one.
Yeah, sure.
But he's 90 yards out the middle of the field. You're looking at it. I think it's just nervous about making a mistake, but like, you know, the technology is there, but that one should have been read.
Well, we did see, and particularly down at that end, if you remember last night, you know, the Hawkeye was used quite a lot. No, actually,
it's wide.
That's wide, yeah. and then you say, well, look, they were right to...
Well, that's it, right, isn't it? If they gave it...
no.
Well, if they gave it to Hawk, I would contact the ref to say it was wide. So there is a mechanism there to make sure that doesn't happen.
Bit of a let-off for Limerick. They haven't scored in 6 and a bit minutes. Kyle Hayes, Diarmuid Burns. Very hard to dispossess, but Daniel Carney did his best, and the ball has been turned over, and Cork have it back. They're on top at the moment. 28th minute. Damien Cahalane. They said they were going to use the pain and the anguish of last year's semi-final defeat against Waterford to put it right today. At the moment, it is going their way, but there's an awful long way to go. Darragh O'Donovan for Limerick back there. Dan Morrissey. They fire it out short. Declan Hannon now puts some length on it. Up towards Aaron Gillane. He's caught it again, and the stick is gone. Gillane, no! Oh, that just won't work for him.
Yeah, but surely that was the hurl pulled out of his hand. We have to look at that, you know, because that's the second time that's happened. You can see the catch there now where he got the ball, kicked it wide. It was a great chance again. But Limerick are not happy on the line. You know, they're arguing that the hurl was pulled out of his hand.
We'll get a look. Here it is.
No, he lost it himself. He just dropped it, and I don't think he played an awful lot of Gaelic football as a young lad with the few goal chances he's had with the boot.
And one against Kilkenny as well. Dara Fitzgibbon, great block down by Dan Morrissey. The Morrisseys are enjoying this, and Fitzgibbon won't enjoy that because it goes wide.
No,
9 of them.
I think there you can see in some of the decisions and some of the wides the tension that's out there. This prize of getting to an Ireland final for both of these countries, none of these players have won in Ireland. It's huge for both of them, and you saw there again another bad option by Dara Fitzgibbon. He should have passed it outside to Luke Meade.
Richie English, Tom Morrissey. Aaron Gillane is brilliant to win the ball out in front of his marker, Sean O'Donoghue. Graham Mulcahy has to work to keep the attack alive for Limerick. Graham Mulcahy from Kilmallock, and over it goes.
That's a brilliant score. Look at his feet here. Look how quick he's... Look at the sidestep here. That's unbelievable footwork by Mulcahy. He made the room for himself. A lovely score.
A point between them. Limerick hadn't scored since the 22nd minute. The sides have been level 5 times. Damien Cahalane will pick up the loose ball. Seamus Flanagan not going to let him do it now. Graham Mulcahy again, nailed it, absolutely nailed it. Well, that is a big elementary mistake by Damien Cahalane. You've got to credit Seamus Flanagan and then Mulcahy for an outstanding finish. Yeah, he just came ambling back. He should have picked the ball. It was never going to go out over the line. He was trying to let it go out for a line ball. He'd loads of time to pick that ball, Damien Cahalane, and in fairness, Mulcahy nipped in and just stuck it straight over the black spot. It swings one way, then the other. That's it. Like all the great matches, I suppose. Yesterday was a classic, this shaping up to do exactly what we thought it would do. That's gone over Keane Lynch's head, but Graham Mulcahy is going for 3 in a row, 3 in the space of about 2 minutes. That one dropped short though. Anthony Nash has to work to get away from Seamus Flanagan, which he did. Damien Cahalane just got it through, just sneaked through to Daniel Carney. Carney now, Pat Horgan is in there after it. It came off the post. Horgan, oh! It's gone over for a point. It's gone over for a point. But Nicky Quaid just lost the flight of that. Pat Horgan, like all good forwards, kept going. Yeah, but if you watch Horgan off the ball, he waited for it, anticipated it, and what a little flick there. Could have went to the net. And fair to Nicky Quaid, he hit the post. He couldn't do much about it. But defenders expect the worst. Forwards expect the best in those situations. Here come Limerick again. Diarmuid Burns flicked it forward. Graham Mulcahy is still on a hat-trick of points, and there it is. Mulcahy taking it to Cork nearly on his own. Yeah, well, I praised Sean O'Donoghue earlier on about the hurling he was doing, but Graham Mulcahy is after giving him a run around here for the last 6 or 7 minutes. 3 brilliant points, one after the other, and that's the leadership from Mulcahy. He's 28. He is the oldest man, I think, on the Limerick team, and brilliant catch by Harnedy. Seamus Harnedy, absolutely superb. Diarmuid Burns, very difficult to beat in the air. Cork have got some space. Shane Kingston, is there a goal on here? Kingston! Nicky Quaid save. It's gone over for a point, I think, or is it wide? It has gone over for a point. What a save from Nicky Quaid.
Oh yeah, look at this, Shane Kingston in a goal. For a minute, Patrick Horgan looked to be wide open there, but I think it was Richie English made a big effort to come back and close it down. And here's Harnedy again. We've mentioned him so much in the first half. Phenomenal catch to start that move.
Ball back in play. Can you believe what the hurling championship has given us in 2018? And it's a long way from being over. The sides here, well, Cork have a 1-point lead at the moment. Limerick have got a free in coming. And the notebook is out. Sean O'Donoghue. Sean O'Donoghue broke the stick in all of that, and he's got a yellow card.
Yeah, and this is a tough one now. On a yellow, marking a forward in form.
Yeah.
You know, he's 3 points scored, Mulcahy has, and that's something the managers are going to have to consider now. Will they make a change there? They just gave him a flick going across there. He saw that, and it is a yellow card, and well picked up by the ref.
So, Aaron Gillan. That similar routine. Has it worked? No. It has gone wide, so Cork hold on to the lead. Limerick's 5th wide. Now, John Kiley wants the technology to be used, along with everybody who's here in Limerick colours.
Yeah, we saw it used earlier when we weren't sure, but my understanding is if that was over, that Hawkeye would make contact with the ref, and that, you know, then they'd have a look at it. So
you are right.
It was clearly wide.
Yeah, the perspective from up here, where we are on the 7th floor, it can be weird and it can throw you at times, but I thought that was wide. So, look, we'll have 2 minutes to be added on. Now, Mark Coleman can put these over.
You can?
Yeah. That might drop short. Oh, it's just gone over.
Good call, Dara.
He did it in the Munster final. John Myler.
Yeah, 2-point swing there now.
Yeah. So the sideline from Mark Coleman. Cork by 13 points to 11, and they've hit 9 wides. Kyle Hayes of Limerick. They'd fancy a point or two before half-time. They've had those goal chances like they did against Kilkenny. Seamus Flanagan, it didn't matter that day. Will it matter today?
And what a block down there by Luke Meade. Back there from half forward. He's roving all over the field, but that was a serious block.
Shane Kingston is drifting as well. Now Dan Morrissey kept it low. Confirmation of the 2 additional minutes as Tom Morrissey lines it up. And he's been scoring from that position all year. A beautiful strike from a serious hurler.
Yeah, lovely ball down the wing, and look at this, the cut he put on that ball. He'd bring it in from left to right. A lovely score from Morrissey.
Declan Hannon under that, broke out towards Dara O'Donovan. It's Daniel Carney of Cork who has it, shortens the stick and flicks it over as easy as you like.
Yeah, and you mentioned before the match about Daniel Carney, what a years he's having. You know, he had a couple of tough years, been left off, been brought on for a few minutes, but he kept at it, showed great resilience, and is back playing brilliant hurling this year.
Now Keane, Lynch and Daniel Carney, the aforementioned, went for that. Tom Morrissey is there for Limerick. Damien Cahalane 2, Seamus Flanagan has 2 waiting in close to the Cork goal. Keane Lynch is in. Lynch for Limerick, goal! What a goal! They picked their way through, and Keane Lynch kept his nerve, held his nerve and buried the ball into the back of the net. Limerick lead in added time at the end of the first half. The ball back in motion. Somebody mentioned to me earlier on that the replay, if there is one after extra time, will be Monday week. Don't do anything on Monday week just yet, but Limerick, well, they'll want to do this today. So will Cork. They lead by 1.
What a goal by Lynch. You know, he's snuck forward there 2 or 3 times there. We've seen him off camera sneaking into that sort of forward position, but that's what great players, when they do get that one chance, he doesn't miss. It was a brilliant goal. You can just see there was nothing else shortened up in it, but look at the ease of when he flicked it into the top of the net. A brilliant goal. We look at it maybe down the road. I thought Daniel Carney going back he followed back, was pushed on the back. It's something I've been commenting on all year. Lad going down over the ball, getting nudged from behind, and the frees aren't being given in a lot of championship matches. But look, that's for another day. Brilliant goal now.
Cork have a free here for Pat Horgan to bring them level, and that has gone wide though. So Cork have hit 10 wides in the first half.
Yeah, and Patrick Horgan, we look at a great player that he is. He's missed maybe 3 chances from playing, a couple of frees, not like him, and Limerick leading by a point at half-time.
Cian Lynch's goal just seconds ago, a massive moment in this game. What a first half we've seen. 35 minutes still to go, and maybe more. Half-time here in Croke Park. It's Limerick 112, Cork 14 points. Michael, thanks very much indeed. You mentioned that attendance 71,073. The figures that we were given and the estimates that we were getting really from Friday were that it was going to be well above that figure, but not to worry. In that first half, by the way, 27 scores, 21 of them were from open play. Second half is underway. Limerick with a slender advantage. No changes to either team for the second 35 minutes. Here's Diarmuid Burns. Nicely done. And here he is driving forward. Big scoring threat when he gets into the right position. Tom Morrissey for Limerick for the first point of the second half. He doesn't like it.
Yeah, that's, I think, the second or third times that Diarmuid Burns had a chance to get rid of the ball quicker and didn't do it. There's a great puck out by Nash straight to Dara Fitzgibbon.
And it was much quicker, and the ball back in motion straight away. Dara Fitzgibbon plays it forward. Oh, that was brilliant from Conor Lehan. Managed to just stick the ball up into his teammate's path, and then it's fired over by Dara Fitzgibbon, who just does not score an ordinary point.
Lovely flick. Look at it. Conor Lehan, who's having, whatever, he's going through a tough time. His form is not what we know the great player that he can be, that he is, there has been, but he's not playing well for the last couple of matches, but lovely flick there.
8th time the teams have been level. Here's Kyle Hayes for Limerick. Options inside. Hayes went himself, and that is wide. And you know, as Anthony Nash gets the ball back out straight away, it's a big game, a huge day for a lot of these players, the biggest day of their careers, and you've just got to make the right decisions if you can. Garrod Hegarty, he's going to take this on. That looks really good. It's a point for sure. Wonderful score from Garrod Hegarty.
Yeah, and great composure there. He stepped inside the tackle there, and a lovely strike from out the field, and that's his third from play.
Just can't take your eyes off it. It's started very briskly in this second half. Mark Coleman. Cian Lynch just pulled on that first time. Garrod Hegarty, it took him by surprise, but he's able to launch it forward. Aaron Gillan is up there on his own, and Colm Spillane with a wonderful take out in front of the isolated Limerick forward. That's Bill Cooper who plays that in towards Conor Lehan. Lehan with 2, now 3 around him, and Lehan has got away. He can go himself or go to his right or left. Conor Lehan ran into traffic. Lehan has got the point, has he? Yes, he has. He's taken a knock, though.
Yeah, it's a key score for him, though. You know, we were talking about him there a minute ago, and he'll just be delighted to get on the score sheet. He has picked up a knock.
I think he's okay. There's a yellow card there for
Mike Casey, I think it is. Yeah. Or no, is it Sean Finn? Is it outside?
Yeah. So both the right cornerbacks on the Cork team and now on the Limerick team have been booked. Garrod Hegarty.
Yeah,
wide.
Yeah, we praised him a minute ago, but that's the wrong option again. That's 3 bad wides from Limerick since half-time. Looking at Mike Casey, he's staying on Patrick Horgan inside, and Sean Finn on Lehan. Lehan is operating around the full forward position at the moment.
Oh, wonderful catch by Richie English. There isn't a breath of wind. It's quite humid now. The flag's down on Hill 16, totally limp at the moment. Aaron Gillan again wins another good ball, having a great tussle with Colm Spillane. Will this finally go over for Limerick? Yes, it will, after some bad wides at the start of the second half.
Yeah, you saw Tom Morrissey there looking up and played the ball into his path. A beautiful pass, and made the score for Lehan, made it easy, and a great point. That's his third from play as well.
Damien Cahalane, Bill Cooper. Daniel Carney winding up from 65 out, further with the angle there. That's a great score. What an outstanding strike from Daniel Carney.
Yeah, when you're on top of your game, you'll take those on. You know, he's playing with great confidence. But look at the room here again now for Tom Morrissey. Just a long puck out over the top. Should put this over.
Tom Morrissey. No, he's put that wide. While we heard the reactions of the Cork crowd in a positive way when they thought points were going over in the first half, you could hear the negative reaction from the Limerick supporters there as the ball is put out short to Colm Spillane. Dara Fitzgibbon, they picked their way through the lines, Cork. And that time Shane Kingston was just caught ball watching a bit by Richie English. Bill Cooper in a congested midfield. Cian Lynch, the goal scorer, has it from 55 out. Cian Lynch does not miss.
Yeah, and you just can't be. Shane Kingston was out in front there. He was a little bit too casual. Tried to let it run past him. Richie English nipped in. Great interception, and you just see Lynch's skill there again. Just knew he had the space and flicked it over.
Anthony Nash slowing down the restart as he sizes up the options. It's belted long. There's 4 Cork players up there, been pretty tightly marked. Mike Casey sweeping up behind that clump of players. Oh, did the hard part and then made a straightforward mistake. Daniel Carney makes no mistake this time as they shoot from distance again. Another fine strike and another lovely point from Dara Fitzgibbon.
Yeah, look, we've seen a bit of this this half-time, you know, a team coming out with the ball and giving away possession, just being that little bit casual, and Mike Casey made a bad mistake there. Fitzgibbon in over the bar. Third of the game as well.
11 times they've been level. Here's Darragh O'Donovan. Luke Meade in tow. Darragh O'Donovan for the lead for Limerick. No. 11 wides to Cork's 10. Cork haven't hit a wide in the second half, and Daniel Carney puts that one in high. Patrick Horgan is there. Seamus Harnedy too. Conor Nahan, he's getting into the groove. If he hits top 4, they'll go very close to winning this thing.
Yeah, there was lovely footwork again by Lahan, and great start to the second half by him. And you know, we saw Cork in the first half 10 wides, and Limerick since half time shooting themselves in the foot as well. You know, they've had a few very, very, very bad wides, and they're going to have to compose themselves on the ball.
Seamus Flanagan, it came off Flanagan. Mark Coleman reacting. Kyle Hayes there for Limerick as well. Tom Morrissey trying to get to it. It's a scrappy battle for possession. Kyle Hayes has it. Dan Morrissey fires it in long. Seamus Flanagan is up there on his own. Flanagan and Colm Spillane. Anthony Nash tidies up. No hanging around from Anthony Nash. Dara Fitzgibbon wins the knockdown. Fitzgibbon, no pressure on him. He'll be livid with himself. He really will. Yeah, some of the great points he scored in the match. Yeah, there's no pressure.
But he's going to have to be picked up. He's actually gone in wing forward here on Tom Morrissey, and Luke Meade is out around the middle of the field.
Aaron Gillan, it's broken for Graham. No, it almost broke for Graham Mulcahy. And if he got it, well, if is the biggest word in the English language, isn't it? He was clean through on goal. Garrod Hegarty for Limerick took the tackle from Bill Cooper. Cian Lynch could be in for another one. Nash with the save. Owen Callaghan there to pick up the loose ball. Lynch thought he had a second goal. Anthony Nash had other ideas, and now down at the other end it's Patrick Horgan. Horgan trying to burst his way through, free in. Big turnaround. Limerick could have had a goal down there. Cork will get a point up the other end.
Absolutely, what a passage to play there. We saw again Cork giving away the ball coming out. We've seen that on both teams since half time. But Garrod Hegarty gets slipped a lovely hand pass into Cian Lynch straight down the middle. And this time Nash stood up a bit longer, you know, and it was a bad shot in fairness to him, worked up the field, and Horgan fouled. And a lot of space opening up now there on both sides. You know, there's a lot of players out on the middle field. They're leaving one-on-ones inside, and we're surely going to see more goals in the second half.
Bill Cooper has a yellow card. So Pat Horgan is just getting ready to take the free. So this will give them a 2-point lead, which he does.
Harnedy got inside now, different threat at full forward. Lahan gone out, maybe hoping to get onto a couple of balls, use his speed out the field.
Nicky Quaid going long. Graham Mulcahy bravely put the left hand down to claim the ball, and he's claimed another point. Graham Mulcahy, he's in lethal form.
Yeah, great instinct there, the way he stayed down, watched the breaking ball, picked it up very quickly and flicked it over the bar.
They've hit some poor wide since the match restarted, Limerick. They find themselves a point down. They've had possession with Bill Cooper of Cork, and he's gone down injured. Physio's in straight away. The referee, as Limerick play on, isn't stopping the play. Bill Cooper is still down injured. The Morrisseys linking up to play the ball forward. The referee is letting play develop. Cork effectively down to 14 with Seamus Flanagan trying to scoop it away. Sean O'Donoghue. Bill Cooper's back up on his feet. Cork with Conor Lehan. Seamus Harnedy is free ahead of him, and that was a huge intervention by Sean Finn, the two-time under-21 All-Ireland medalist. Now Declan Hannon lost the flight of that completely. Limerick getting careless. Here is Luke Meade. Darragh Fitzgibbon couldn't get his hand to it. Harnedy can. A green wall in front of him. Seamus Harnedy turning, spinning. Free in. Free in has been given. The ball was saved by Nicky Quaid. Harnedy held on to it a long time, but he was been fouled.
Yeah, you watch it here, it comes into him, and just Mike Casey held him up there. That's a foul, that's what the free is for, but he wasn't letting him through for a goal, and he still got a shot away. Well saved by Nicky Quaid. But Cork just getting on top. That previous incident there, it was when Bill Cooper went down. It was Cian Lynch came in to block him when he was playing the ball and just caught him on the knee. I think it was accidental. Even though the ref is calling him back now and going to give him a yellow card for it.
Yeah.
So the linesman must have called his attention to it.
And there is a yellow for Cian Lynch.
We have it here now again. It's flicked in, yeah, a little bit wild, and caught him across the knee.
So here is Patrick Horgan. Cork have had a lot of frees. Most of the place balls have come in those kind of areas. Give you an idea of the pressure they're managing to exert on the Limerick full back line at times. So 21 points to 116. Christopher Joyce, that came off his stick. Darragh Fitzgibbon. The momentum with Cork at the moment, the back-to-back Munster champions. Well, that was superb from Diarmuid Burns. He's such a powerful physical unit. Darragh O'Donovan the same, as is Declan Hannon. That middle eight, probably the biggest left in the championship. Seamus Flanagan is no shrinking violet either. Damien Cahalane there. Owen Cadigan. Limerick followers not happy with the challenge as Patrick Horgan has got it. Sean Finn is behind him. Horgan spins, turns, shoots, misses. There's going to be a free though. The referee was playing an advantage.
Yeah, the Limerick crowd going mad here. They're reckoning that Cahalane pulled down Seamus Flanagan there. It goes up the other end of the field, and Patrick Horgan gets the free. You watch it here again. Cahalane gets in the flick. You know, to me, nothing in it. Both of them were wrestling there and wrestled each other to the ground. Ref waved it on, and I think that was the right call. Cork are creating these one-on-ones there. We talked about it since half-time, inside in the full forward line. Horgan, Harnedy, Lahan, all prominent inside, and they're switching around and making these runs, and they're being fouled. And Horgan, you know, 5 from frees already, and this is another one now they should put over.
Just this familiar nod at the target. That's going to be very tight. It has gone over. The umpire's not bothering with Hawkeye. The perspective and our perspective, it does kind of, it can trick you at times, but the umpires were certain, so let's fire on. Cork 22, Limerick 116. Horgan has got the last 3 Cork points. Peter Casey's going to come in for Limerick as Conor Lehan is given an awful lot of space, and a forward of his quality, you just expect to see those go over 99 times out of 100.
Yeah, I'm just going to make the point. Cork really dominate now at this stage. You know, Limerick looked dead on their feet there when Cork attacked. Christopher Joyce flicked it on, and Lahan, simple chance for a man of his quality, should have put it over.
Limerick are going to hold off on the Peter Casey substitution, it appears. There's a big conference going on with the Limerick management team. 3 points down. Graham Mulcahy. Aaron Gillan is inside, and Gillan has got it. This time he's brought the hurl with him. Gillan fires it over. Point. He's some left hand on him.
Yeah, John, we're just talking about him dropping the hurl. Like, it happened, I think, 5 times against Kilkenny, 4 times already today. It's obviously something that's in his psyche, that the hand opens, he releases the hurl. When he caught that and put it over, that's 4 from play from him, 4 from Graham Mulcahy, the 2 corner forwards, causing all sorts of problems when they get the ball in there.
Christopher Joyce for Cork. They lead by 2. Pat Horgan let it bounce. Mike Casey is there with him. Horgan, was he held back? Declan Hannon in. Referee sees nothing wrong. Pat Horgan pulls it back across the 20-metre line. Shane Kingston trying to get to it. He's got it too. Kingston is lethal from here. Shane Kingston, hooked by Richie English. Is going to be a free in though. It's going to be a free in. The referee was playing an advantage. He's saying clearly there was a pull of the shirt.
Oh yeah, there, but he should have passed it inside. Seamus Harnedy is completely on his own. I don't know if we'll see it here in the wide picture. He's in on the left-hand side, or straight in front of the goal. They see him there now. All he did was flick it across. It was a simple goal chance. He didn't see him, but they got the free. And I thought Patrick Horgan probably fouled there as well before that, you know, over in the far corner. Hard to get your frees out there. And this is the thing about hurling. Referees let the game flow. It makes the game, but at times you get criticism for that, because, you know, you have to give the obvious frees as well.
So Pat Horgan will go through this all too familiar and hugely successful free-taking routine. This to give them a 3-point cushion. Peter Casey will be in for Limerick. Next time the ball goes dead after this puck out, they're going to bring him in right now, and it is Tom Morrissey who is going off.
You know, I think this free count there is significant. You know, Patrick Horgan has scored 7 frees. Aaron Gillan has scored 1 free for Limerick. Cork either not fouling or they're a bit cuter about it, and you know, they're not being pulled, and that's having a big bearing on the game at the moment.
Yeah, Limerick awarded 5 frees. Here is the new man in, Peter Casey. Fresh legs, fresh ideas, but that was a bad pull. Well, he's actually, Bill Cooper has been penalised for over-carrying the ball. I was looking and thinking that was a Kyle Hayes seemed to pull across him, but the referee's given the free into Limerick.
Yeah, watch it, he saw the gap, he ran through it. You know, maybe 5 or 6 steps there, and free into Limerick.
And there was nothing wrong with what Kyle Hayes did there.
No.
So here is Aaron Gillan. Over the bar, so two points between them. Nobody able to open up a significant lead in this match. Well, that was Dan Morrissey. He had hands on that as Conor Lehan burst through. Plenty of options. It was left. Brilliant goal from Conor Lehan. There were 3 Cork players waiting inside the square for the ball, but Conor Lehan, he got into that position before and couldn't score, but this is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, well, the movement from him in the first half, what a shot to the roof of the net, and we mentioned him during the game, hadn't been going great. His 1-2 scored down the second half, could have got another point, but his movement from that took out. He ran from the centre forward position 30-40 yards, wasn't followed by Declan Hannon, picked it up and used his pace to get in and drive it to the roof of the net. What a goal.
Well, I met a very wise hurling man this morning who said if this fella plays, Cork will win and he will be man of the match.
But he can do it in 10 minutes. He can destroy you, and what a second half he's having now.
123 to 118. This is testing now for Limerick, but Graham Mulcahy has been gifted the ball. Mulcahy, though, unable to capitalise, although he may have capitalised because they're going to use the technology.
Yeah, and Darren, I mentioned to you at half-time, that Hill 16 goals, it's harder to score into that because it's exposed. The wind swirls in Croke Park, down the other end of the canal. You have to stand there now the whole way around. And to me, that's the scoring goals. It's harder, definitely harder to score in, and you see that reflected in the wides, and both teams are having Cork in the first half and now Limerick, and that's wide.
That sure is wide, yeah. Yeah, we saw it last night many times. We thought, I know Ger and Brendan on commentary thought it might have been the positioning of the sun, which is a factor too, but We don't have that issue today. The floodlights on. Cork leading by 5. Here come Limerick with Diarmuid Burns from right on halfway. Burns. That's wide. And Anthony Nash, wasn't quite, hadn't got the angle sorted.
No, he didn't. He was lucky there.
Yeah.
But the only good thing I'll say from a Limerick perspective, they're 5 down, but they've plenty of time. They were hit that goal late on. You don't have a chance. But their shooting is going to have to improve. And with their full forward line, I mentioned Gillan and Mulcahy, 4 each from play. Peter Casey, a lethal forward. Prior to getting the ball inside into them instead of taking these pot shots from out the field.
Well, they didn't panic when they fell behind after Richie Hogan's goal in the Kilkenny game, Limerick. There's a long way to go, an awful long way to go. Shane Kingston just fencing with it. Luke Meade is there. Limerick have got it back. It's Darragh O'Donovan's ball forward. Graham Mulcahy went up in the air, didn't have a chance against Sean O'Donoghue. Peter Casey is chasing it down. Darragh Fitzgibbon. Cork are about to make a change. Robbie O'Flynn will be in. Darragh Fitzgibbon hugging that far sideline, and it was always going to be a big ask from there. So here's the change. Robbie O'Flynn, one of the new breed, and he is coming on and replacing Shane Kingston. Robbie wearing number 22.
Yeah, Shane Kingston got 2 good points, had his moments, maybe just missed the last ball or 2 that he went for there, a little bit casual, and paid the price now being replaced.
Robbie is one of 4 of those Munster winning under-21s who are on the Cork bench. John Myler used the league. He only won twice, but he blooded an awful lot of new players. That Robbie O'Flynn was one of those. So what way is this going? This is a Cork ball.
Yeah, and Cork competing much better in the second half under those puckouts. Like Kyle Hayes, Tom Morris, we saw them in the first half winning more possession, but the Cork half backline have got much more physical in the second half. They're much tighter, and they're dominating the Limerick half forward line at the moment.
I've just got a glimpse of Shane Dowling, who's about to be introduced into the game. Daniel Carney.
Great skill.
Brilliant skill from Daniel Carney. He's had an outstanding game. Here's Conor Lehane again. Will it be another All-Ireland final appearance for him? Conor Lehane. He wants a bit of crystal, doesn't he? But more importantly, he wants a place in the All-Ireland final.
And that is an outrageous score. First of all, the skill by Daniel Carney was unreal when the ball came to 1 touch into his hand. And then Lehane, he's on full flow now from the sideline and sticks it straight over the bar.
Garrod Hegarty. So here is the change. Seamus Flanagan off. Shane Dowling on. So this is one of the big features with this Limerick team. It's like Cork, it's the power and the impact off their bench. They've some real quality there. Yeah,
and the experience of Dowling as well. He's a big game player, and at this stage they're probably going to need a goal, and he's certainly a man that can give you that. So
Diarmuid Burns lining up the free from just outside his own 65. As we've seen already, he is very good from this sort of range. Scored in the first half, Diarmuid Burns. Well, these are the moments where they need to just settle down, calm down. I know they're 6 points down, but there is a lot of time left for Limerick.
And this is maybe the lack of experience we talked about before the game, and sometimes you need a game in Croke Park like this to learn from it for the following year.
Robbie O'Flynn from Aaron's own. He's lost the stick as well. It's catching. And that was never going to end well from a Cork point of view. What's the ending on it for Limerick? Garrod Hegarty free in. The Cork management team, John Myler and company, are not at all happy with this decision.
Well, it didn't look to be a whole lot in that, Hegarty was away, and interesting now to see who hits this free. Shane Dowling's on the field. Is it Darragh O'Donovan is coming over? No, Dowling's coming out now.
Shane Dowling is only on the field about a minute or so. The breeze, as we look at the flags behind the goal on the Hill 16 end, it's actually blowing across towards the Cusack stand as Shane Dowling fires over the free. That's a super effort from Shane Dowling. That's his first touch in the game, and he does that.
It is, and look, we've talked about leadership all day, you know, and that's from Shane Dowling. He took on the responsibility. Nobody seemed to want to take it. He came out, took it, and struck it over, and maybe now that'll just get Limerick going again.
Now they've had plenty of possession. Dan Morrissey secures more for them. Dara O'Donovan. Is there another goal in Limerick? Mark Coleman steadies down and picks out Christopher Joyce. Joyce slipped. Pat Horgan keeps it alive. Conor Lehan is the furthest forward for Cork as Pat Horgan has lost the ball under savage pressure. Now Garrod Hegarty. Hegarty fires it in low. Aaron Gillan tracked it beautifully. Gillan. Shane Dowling. One from a free. That looks beautiful, and he punches the air in delight. Limerick are back in business. Well, actually, no, they're not, because we're going to go Hawkeye again. How much time do they add on for Hawkeye?
Well, it's a good job it's not in Thurles, so we'll be here all day because it takes so long down there. But you know, it's look, I suppose there's so much pressure on everybody, officials included, to get these decisions right.
And it is absolutely right. You use what you can to make the right decision.
Well inside, I thought that from up here. And what an impact Shane Dowling has made, and that's what Limerick needed now. And you know, they've got the last couple of scores. They're right back in this game. I might have been just writing them off a little bit prematurely there a couple of minutes ago, and this championship has thrown everything at us. So here's Daniel Carney gone with a bit of cramp, I think. And
yeah, Mark Ellis is on in his place. Just over 9 minutes to go. Oh, that was brilliant from Keane Lynch. Wow. Well, his team deserved a score out of that just for that brilliant piece of skill. Seamus Harnedy has lasted the pace extremely well. Daniel Carney's gone off. Luke Meade shortens the stick and over it goes. Luke Meade for Cork.
And that's all the Cork forwards now from play have scored. And again, Harnedy, look at the right option, the experience. He handed it off. And Luke Meade's first score of the game. He's done some great work around the field, but that's his first goal. Here's a massive long ball now down into the square.
Limerick going long, and the ball squirted loose, hit off the shin of Conor Spillane, I think it was. Owen Cadigan's there as well. Nobody can pick it. Well, Peter Casey has got it for Limerick. Casey goes down inside the large parallelogram. The referee has a perfect view of that, and he saw Christopher Joyce pick the ball up, but nobody can get it under control. Graham Mulcahy, as Cork just spoon it away from their own goal, or try to anyway, and Bill Cooper's persistence paid off, and he fires the ball into the ground, and now here comes Dara Fitzgibbon. Cork lead by 5 points. They were heartbroken to lose the semi-final last year. Will it be their year in 2018? Well, it will if Dara Fitzgibbon has anything to do with it. He's been absolutely outstanding, scored some great points, and the timing of this crucial.
Absolutely, what a passage to play. You know, I think in fairness, Peter Casey went to ground, but I didn't see a foul, and they worked the ball up the field there. Fitzgibbon is still so much full of running, 4 points from play, and here's Dowling again.
Here is Shane Dowling. He's had a big influence since coming on. Can't get away from the cover. No foul there. Owen Cadigan there, who won't give up in a physical challenge. He never has in his life. And now Cork, well, Cadigan over-carried the ball. So that gives Limerick an opportunity and a bit of a lifeline. And Shane Dowling, or will it be Aaron Gillan, will take the free? I think it will be Gillan.
Yeah, Mark Ellis came across there, and after the time that'll be given. And you see Cadigan picking it up here. He breaks out. Played the ball, I don't know about steps there. If anything, it was a free from Mark Ellis on Dowling, but I didn't see a free there definitely for steps.
More substitutions. I think Seamus Harnedy is receiving some treatment at the moment, but Pat Ryan is in for Limerick, replacing Graham Mulcahy. Mulcahy put in some shift for his county.
Now, what a game he's had and what a year he's had, but that's just fatigue at this stage. You know, he's ran himself into the ground and had an outstanding game.
They can't watch. They cannot watch. This to bring it back to a more manageable 5 points. Aaron Gillan has scored 6 in the game. Graham Mulcahy, by the way, hit 4. So make that number 7 for Aaron Gillan. 121 to Cork's 126. Dan Morrissey. He's played some game at left half back. Kyle Hayes has given it absolutely everything for Limerick. Owen Cadigan is there with him. Kyle Hayes, great score, really good score. They're not panicking, they're doing the right things.
Yeah, absolutely, and there's a great young player. He's only 20, what an outstanding prospect he is, and already doing it at senior level. But we saw it against Cork earlier in the championship. He scored the equaliser. They took on the responsibility there. That's all the Limerick forwards now as well have all scored from play, plus Shane Dowling has come in.
Tim O'Mahony replaces Luke Meade on the Cork team.
Yeah, they're looking for a bit of size up there. You know, they've lost a few puckouts in a row there now. They're looking for O'Mahony to impose himself in there.
Limerick with possession. That was a loose one. Owen Cadigan's interception. Christopher Joyce. 3 Limerick men around him. Bill Cooper tried to react the fastest and didn't do it. Here's Peter Casey. That's high and awkward looking from Christopher Joyce. And Limerick keeping the pressure on.
Absolutely, but great work there from Limerick. You can see the hunger. Cork had a great chance to get that away. Owen Cadigan played a bad ball. Bill Cooper ran over it. Yellow card there for Joyce for the high tackle. And credit Limerick. You know, you can hear the crowd here. The atmosphere is absolutely electric there. And you know, Limerick with this young team, you can see them driving each other on. They've won these 21 others. They've won the Fitzgibbons, and the reason is because of that sort of heart that they have. And they're not out of this at all yet.
A lot of this group, John Kiley spoke after the Kilkenny game and the belief they got from that victory, their first in 45 years over Kilkenny, about a lot of these players being together from the age of 13 or 14. Aaron Gillan was a Cork man out of picture, down needing treatment. Aaron Gillan doesn't miss, and those at this stage of the game with this prize on the line of a place in the All-Ireland final are huge. But Aaron Gillan is in the groove now. That's 3 in a row for Limerick.
And we've seen this all through the championship. You know, Cork looked to be cruising and they just stopped playing, and Limerick have taken advantage. We saw it with Galway last night against Clare, 1-7 to a point up. We've seen it, you know, so often, so many comebacks in this year's championship.
And there could be another one on here, but the match halted at the moment inside the last 4 minutes.
I think it's Bill Cooper who's down now.
So anxious times for John Myler. His first year out in front, as they say, as the manager of the Cork senior hurlers. A Munster title, but they want bigger prizes than that, but so do Limerick. That's a wonderful catch by Declan Hannon. When they were put under pressure against Kilkenny, they kept doing the right thing. They trusted the process, as they say, as Pat Ryan can't hold on to it first time, but he's got the ball up on his stick. Aaron Gillan is inside him. Pat Ryan for Limerick. Is there a goal in the ball? That's been overhit. It's been overcooked. Oh, that was Peter Casey bearing down on goal, and Pat Ryan put too much on the hand pass, but Limerick are going to have a free in. At the moment, they're 3 points behind. If this goes over, there'll be 2 in about 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, and Pat Ryan, look at the pace of going along the end. He tried to do the right thing, but he overcooked the hand pass out over Peter Casey's head, and you can see the clear push in the back coming in there from Sean O'Donoghue.
Well, earlier in the game, we had, well, it was up until the 44th minute, the teams were a level 11 times. Aaron Gillan, John Kiley wants more effort from his team.
Yeah, well, they're full of running now, and Cork struggling for inspiration. Nobody going for that last puck out at all, and great catch by Hannon, but he was unopposed.
Cork haven't scored in 6 minutes. Aaron Gillan, he loves it. He absolutely loves it, and there's 2 points between them. They got a point out of the attack with the free. Could have been a goal, and listen to the roar now. Listen to the Limerick supporters here in Croke Park. Over 71,000.
Yeah, that's an outstanding score from the sideline under pressure, just straight over the bar, and brilliant leadership again.
Where's the ball going now? Well, it's going to be back with Cork. Tim O'Mahony, now Bill Cooper. Cooper fires it up towards Pat Horgan. Tim O'Mahony, and now Mark Ellis has taken up a good position as Pat Horgan goes away out the field, and you could see where Mark Ellis was there trying to get to the ball as it came off the post. Cork got a score from a similar sort of situation during the first half. Limerick are 2 points back. Dan Morrissey up towards Aaron Gillan, who's been absolutely superb. This is Peter Casey now. Casey has to get rid of it. Aaron Gillan is screaming for it, but Dowling is in a much better position. Shane Dowling to bring them back to within a point, and he's done it. Cork are all over the place. Limerick getting into the groove. They are a point behind.
Well, one of the oldest cliches, who wants it the most? It doesn't normally, you'd imagine in this case, come down to the Ireland semi-final. They should all want it. But Limerick are showing they do. Cork players are standing up all over the field. Patrick Horgan should have passed that last ball back out to Conor Lahan, didn't. And what vision there by Casey to pick out Dowling, and what an impact Dowling has made.
Here's another cliche. The next score is absolutely huge. Was there a Cork man knocked to the ground by Sean Finn? Well, Cork play on with Patrick Horgan. Now it's Cian Lynch for Limerick. The momentum is with them. Not so long ago they were 6 points down. Now they just trail by 1 as Pat Ryan has it. Could have set up a goal about 2 minutes ago. Cian Lynch, oh, that's just gone out over the line. It's gone out over the line. Cian Lynch could not get there. Cork still a point up. How much time will be added on? We're going to find out now. 4 minutes.
4 minutes, and to answer your question earlier, yes, there was a Cork player foul, clear foul, pushing the back. Free wasn't given, and then the ball tucked away there.
There's officials from both teams on the field at the moment. Cork not in any rush to take the sideline ball. They're out on their feet at the moment. They haven't scored in 8 minutes. Limerick have got 5 without reply. Limerick haven't been in the final since 07. Cork there 5 years ago. Diarmuid Burns for Limerick. Oh, what a brilliant catch. Damien Cahalane, lord of the skies over Croke Park. Mark Coleman, Colm Spillane has put some effort in for Cork. They're hanging on at the moment. They need a score to take the pressure off. Tim O'Mahony from way out the field. That's not going to raise a white flag.
No, rush of blood, Harnedy inside on a one-on-one. Like Cork don't look like they're going to score. Like they haven't scored, you say, 8 or 9 minutes now.
Will O'Donoghue from the Piercing is on wearing number 24. Declan Hannon has gone off. Well, Declan Hannon is still on. We've got incorrect information from the substitutes bench, but anyway, look, we will play on. Declan Hannon is still on. Will O'Donoghue has come on. Here's Peter Casey for Limerick. They're a point behind. Now Aaron Gillane. Will he get the shot away? Gillane has got free. This is to bring them level, and Gillane has put it over. It's his 10th point. He's been an absolute hero for Limerick in the last 10 minutes. They're level again.
Just been an unbelievable passage of 10 minutes from Limerick. Started by Shane Dowling taking that crucial free. Great catch up here now by Cahalane.
What have Cork got in reply? They're in here now. Cork with Robbie O'Flynn. This should seal it. This could seal it. No! What a brilliant stop by Nicky Quaid. What a brilliant stop by Nicky Quaid. What an unbelievable game. Another one. 2 in 24 hours. We can't cope. 126 to 126. Nicky Quaid with maybe the save of his career to deny Cork the goal which would have sealed it. Now it's Pat Ryan. Cork all over the place. Limerick seizing in on a place in the final. They've got a free in. They've got a free in. And Aaron Gillane will be the player who has the responsibility from the free. John Kiley in. He's about 20 yards in on the pitch at the moment. This will put them in front.
Yeah, and Dara, the substitutions that Limerick have made, Pat Ryan's pace, Peter Casey, Shane Dowling, they have absolutely been immense. They've turned this game on its head. Robbie O'Flynn, brilliant ball over. Look at Nicky Quaid, look at the flick. What a piece of skill. And you know, that is probably the touch that maybe put Limerick in the All-Ireland final.
Well, let's see. Aaron Gillane. Well, he's made these look easy in the last 10 minutes. He's scored 10 points in the game. But at some stage, it has to come into your head what I'm doing, what this is for. The sides are level, and this is to put them in front. They looked dead and buried 10 minutes ago. Aaron Gillane makes it look so easy. And Limerick lead with about 40 seconds to go. They've been doing work with a sports psychologist, a very successful sports psychologist, and Limerick are leading by a point. There's a free in inside the 65-metre line. Connerly Ham was the player who was fouled, and now here's a test for sports psychologist. The player who's going to take this is Pat Horgan.
Yeah, and we talked about Pat Horgan during the game. Little hand in over the shoulder there, but Patrick Horgan, he's a brilliant player. We all know that, but he's missed a lot of chances today. He's missed a couple of frees, missed a few chances from play. He missed one a minute ago that he should have tapped over. He hit the post, and this is huge now.
This is the last puck of the game to force extra time. Patrick Horgan, it's gone over. It's gone over. Looks like we're going to get another 20 minutes of this. And the neutrals certainly won't complain.
They won't complain, and what nerve again by Horgan. He's done it many times, but that was a huge one.
The ball is still in play. The 4 minutes are gone. A minimum of 4 is the requirement. How much more time will Todd Dwyer, the referee, allow? As the 4 minutes have been and gone, Patrick Horgan, and you mentioned Limerick. You don't want to see a player his quality miss a free like that. It was like Joe Canning in 12, but sure, there is the whistle for full time. There is the whistle for full time. It was written somewhere in the stars that this was going to finish as a draw. 13 times the sides were level. Those numbers 1 and 3 popping up, but they could yet be significant for Limerick. What an incredible game, and we're not done.
Gerald Nant said before the game that he couldn't sleep last night thinking about the match. I slept well because I was wrecked after watching it, and the same here. What a weekend of hurling. What brilliant players, what a brilliant championship. Unreal.
Well, it's been the championship season that just keeps on giving. An absolutely incredible spectacle, occasioned by 2 brilliant teams. We're yet to find out who's going to go through to the All-Ireland final. After 70 minutes of incredible hurling, it has finished. Cork 127, Limerick 127. Extra time to come.
I think it's been an amazing summer. I told my children at home, remember this summer for the weather. I tell you, I'll be going home this evening and remember this summer for the hurling, because it's been unbelievable.
We have to find out. Declan Hannon is actually going back out leading his team. So whether it's just a leadership thing or whether he's back on the pitch, just see he was the first man out of the dressing room there.
We had, again, just referencing last evening, the business of getting the teams back out, not only at half-time, but then, of course, for the extra time period. Everybody, obviously. What happened actually yesterday was, I think it was Galway had come out, and then Galway didn't come out for the extra time because they were waiting for Clare to come out.
Yeah, that's right.
And they were refusing. No,
I don't think
they weren't going out before them.
No, and like when they do come out now, there's no break in the half-time in this as well. So very, very interesting. We will, when we go on to Michael, he'll tell us all the changes that have been made. I think Limerick will still bring on a few more fresh players because they have such confidence. John Kiley has such confidence in his panel here. I think Cork will go back to the tried and tested again. But he is
limping coming out.
But they need him. They're giving it full forward. They just need him.
Been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, we've done, lads, all the talking about it. We can't do any more at this stage except sit back and enjoy this extra time, no doubt. OK, I hope the lads in the commentary box are going to enjoy it as well. Back to you, Darrell.
Thanks, Michael. Yes, we will indeed. There's absolutely no question or doubt about that. That second half lasted for, 39 minutes with the added time. There were 29 scores, 15 for Limerick, 14 for Cork, and 14 wides each. It's just been an amazing afternoon. Another one.
Yeah, absolutely, Dara. And we'll just clear up this Declan Hannon. The sideline put up number 6, but he wasn't actually taken off. It was Darragh O'Donovan in the middle of the field that actually went off. So there was obviously a mix-up of communication down on the sideline. Declan Hannon wasn't replaced at any stage, and he's still out there, and they're just calling the toss. But look at Gerard says there, how do you call it? We don't know what's going to happen next. And with 10 minutes to go, I said there, look, Cork looked to be cruising away and whatever, and then just Limerick just back into it. And we've seen that all summer long. Someone said to me the other day that 9 points is a dangerous lead in hurling. It used to be 2 points, so that's the way it's gone. And here we go again.
Yeah, 2 10-minute halves, and Keane Lynch, was that his hurl? No, it wasn't. There's a Cork man down injured, but the boss of a hurley has gone flying, so somebody is without a very vital piece of equipment, and I think it was Bill Cooper. Anyway.
Yeah, and we saw Robbie O'Flynn there. He's lightning pace and got across Dermot Burns there and got to flick to the ball and was fouled.
Yeah, it's actually Darragh Fitzgibbon, as you can see, and we will have a free to Cork. So treatment for Darragh Fitzgibbon is still continuing.
And we're just reflecting there last night on the conditioning of these players nowadays. Like in extra time, the way lads were still flying around the field, and the same here. It's just incredible, and the level that these lads have brought hurling to over the last few years is just fantastic.
Pat Horgan again nods at the target. He scored the equaliser in 70 minutes. That one at a much more comfortable distance, and it has sailed over the bar. So Cork with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, see Daniel Carney back on the field as well. Darragh just here. I don't know who's gone off, but he's there. We'll take it out now in a minute.
As we watch Limerick attacking with Shane Dowling, and there's a goal chance. Galano, point. It's a point. What does he have to do?
Darragh, what a piece of skill by Shane. How did he even see him? He flicked it into him, and that just has to be a goal. Just on the ground, low into the net. And what a game he's having. I don't want to be critical of him. 6 points from play. He scored 6 frees, but that has to be a goal. And in the overall context of the game, that would have been just huge. And that's 3 goal chances he's had, and he hasn't taken any of them.
It's been a special day for him. 14th time since this match started that they've been level. 128 each. That was scuffed by Diarmuid Burns. Declan Hannon. Now on his bike is Will O'Donoghue. That was outstanding. Just eased out by Conor Lahan.
Yeah, loads of pace, as we all know. Conor Lahan, great work.
Gearóid Hegarty with the sideline cut. John Myler, oh, that's beautiful from Gearóid Hegarty. That's a lovely ball and a great catch by Anthony Nash. There were a couple of targets in front of him that could have distracted him and caught his eye, but it didn't. Tim O'Mahony fires that down to Seamus Harnley, who can't get to it.
Yeah, and you see Patrick Horgan in the other corner gesturing with his hand. That ball should have been switched across the field. There was nobody in that position, and the diagonal ball there was the ball. A bad decision there by Tim O'Mahony, a bad wide.
Nicky Quaid. Shane Dowling couldn't hang on to it, but they've burst through here. Players in good positions. Will O'Donoghue, Aaron Gillan is there again, and that is Shane Dowling, and that's a point. They regain the lead.
Yeah, well, look, we mentioned him quite a number of times in normal time, but look, brilliant take there again. They drove it into the air. He scored 3 from play, and you know, I won't say single-handedly, but he has had a massive impact on this game, along with the other subs, and great score again from him.
Yeah, they talk about players, well, they're not substitutes anymore, they're finishers. I know that's been taken from other sports, but Shane Dowling, a very powerful finisher. But will they be able to finish the job, or will there be another day out? Here's Dan Morrissey. And Dan Morrissey threw the ball, according to the referee. He's not happy with that, but the referee is...
It's another one of these things. There's probably 10 or 15 of them in every game. It's like steps, and one is given. That's a clear throw. Good pick up again by the ref.
So Mark Coleman will take the free for Cork. No, he won't. He's going to bring Pat Horgan all the way out, and he's shooting into that tricky end, as we've seen over the last 24 hours of Croke Park, with the wind, the breeze. It's not a wind, it's just a very gentle breeze, but it's whipping and whirling in around the open end of Croke Park. You can see the nod from Pat Horgan. This is from well inside his own 65, and it's going to drop short, and it's... No, the referee has blown the whistle.
Was a square ball. Yeah.
Have a look. Wow. Diarmuid Burns. They pick their way forward again. Will O'Donoghue with the ball into the corner for Aaron Gillan. It's gone out of play. Right in the corner.
Just the fatigue now, even getting back to face this line ball, you know, for Bill Cooper, he has to go back and...
Keane Lynch, his goal in the first half seems like an awful long time ago, and that has whipped wide by Diarmuid Burns. So that's well wide. Still Limerick lead by a point. This is their third match since the start of July. 1st of July was the last time Cork played, and Limerick's defence under pressure. That was in the Munster final, but Limerick had those 2 games in the preliminary qualifier and or quarter-final, and then the quarter-final itself. That historic victory over Kilkenny as Pat Ryan gets stuck in, and Peter Casey. He made a big impression when he came on towards the end of the first half. Dan Morrissey. It's on its way from Dan Morrissey, and it's in the left hand of Anthony Nash. And that's been put out of play by Darragh Fitzgibbon.
Yeah, and I think just think at this stage of the game, you know, that sort of a short ball out, very hard to control, you're tired, and Kyle Hayes showing his strength there, his power, got in on top of Darragh Fitzgibbon, forced the turnover.
Seamus Harnedy is going off. Michael Cahalane is in wearing number 24. And Diarmuid Burns is gone off, and Seamus Hickey is on. The only player in this Limerick matchday panel who actually won an All-Ireland Championship match here in this stadium. And not that any of that stuff matters now, because Limerick, well, all the young players in their team, they've dealt with that will they be able for the big day thing. They certainly have. And Darragh Fitzgibbon has been in the wars in extra time, hasn't he?
He's down again, and I'd say he's gone. He won't be thanking Anthony Nash for that ball out there to him, and Kyle Hayes came in behind him. I just see him here, close mark, and just caught him. And
yeah, he's going to have to come off, Darragh Fitzgibbon. He had a superb match here in this All-Ireland semi-final. Shane Kingston's coming back on to replace him, we think. So Shane back in. So Gearóid Hegarty didn't get hold of it. Shane Dowling has it. Here is Shane Dowling. His jersey was clearly been pulled back. Referee's given a free in. The foul was by Christopher Joyce.
yeah, look at Shane Dowling again, but the hurling brain is, you know, what I call it there. Look at it, he knew that if he hit it, he was going to be hooked, and he cut back inside in the angle and drew the foul. Years of experience, a silly foul, as you can see, they're pulling the jersey, but great work by Dowling using the head.
So Aaron Gillane. Heading into the last minute of the first period of extra time. Aaron Gillane, over it goes, straight over the black spot. None of those at this stage, or any stage of an All-Ireland semi-final, are easy, but Limerick have outscored Cork by 3 points to 1 in the first period of extra time. They lead by 2. There's a vital hook in there as Cian Lynch plays it forward. Pat Ryan just couldn't bring it under control. Bill Cooper. Oh, a wonderful, absolutely superb catch from Sean Finn. His father, Brian, hurled with great distinction and with huge talent for Limerick. And there's Colm Spillane with a brilliant catch. Wow. Whatever Limerick can do, Cork can match. Daniel Carney stopped by Gearóid Hegarty. Will O'Donoghue. Gripping stuff again. Declan Hannon. Not a great ball. There'll be 2 minutes to be added on at the end of the first period of extra time. Limerick lead by 2. Cian Lynch trying to rob it ahead of Daniel Carney, and that's a Cork free. Pat Horgan has already started to trot out the field. He'll take it.
Yeah, and you just saw some great blocking there over the last few minutes. We saw Gearóid Hegarty there coming in. We saw Kyle Hayes over the far side of the field. Great work rate by Limerick. Just have a look at this one again. Daniel Carney just got around Cian Lynch, you know, in the context of the game, there was, I think, you know, it looks a very soft free at this stage of it, and you know, Cork look to be out of ideas up front. They've got, you know, 1 point in extra time, but this gives them a chance to get it back down to a 1 point game. tough opportunity, but it is a chance.
Yeah, their only point in extra time scored by this man, Pat Horgan, and it is a tough opportunity, but he has converted it, Pat Horgan. The point between nail biting again. So Limerick with the advantage. The players will have to stay out, as you saw last night, on the field during the half-time extra time interval. They won't be allowed back in, and there's a bad challenge by Kyle Hayes, and the card is whipped straight out of the pocket. Well, the notebook, the cards are at the back, and it's a yellow for Kyle Hayes. He was annoyed with himself. He knew from the moment he made the challenge that he'd be in trouble.
Yeah, no argument there. Definite yellow card. Mark Ellis just drove through the gap, and Hayes came in, took him around the neck. See it here now.
So have a look at where Pat Horgan has come to.
Yeah, it's all of 100 yards, I'd imagine.
And the rest. So this to draw them level. Well, he's hit it well. What's the accuracy like? He was okay for distance, but not for accuracy. So Limerick will have a 1-point lead. The referee is calling for the ball at half-time in extra time. We've 10 more minutes of this. Limerick have that 1-point lead, and we've 10 minutes to sort who's going through to the All-Ireland final. And kind of scrappy start to the second period of extra time, which, look, it's fair enough.
Yeah, Mark Cullen was gone with the ball, but it's called back.
Now, there aren't too many people heading for the exits. Crowd is just over 71,000, and at the moment just, well, an unusual atmosphere. Nobody deserves to lose, but who is going to win? As Limerick get their defensive shape right. Richie English, Declan Hannon, that's up towards Keane Lynch. Free to Limerick.
Yeah, kind of a strange ball out by Declan Hannon. Again, I've mentioned it a couple of times, you know, in the extra time. Long ball was probably the ball there. Just Cooper's hand in over the neck there, over the shoulder, and very like the free that was given, in fairness, to draw the game in normal time. That was given against, or given to Patrick Horgan for the foul on the hand.
So here's Shane Dowling. This will be a great game to win, a horrible game to lose.
Absolutely.
So Shane Dowling, right under the Hogan stand. That is going to drop short. It's going to drop in around the house, but Cork are able to deal with it. The back-to-back Munster champions. Winning Munster was of no advantage to them last year, as they lost at this stage to Waterford. Will it stand to them in these last few minutes of extra time in the All-Ireland semi-final? There are 2 points in the first period of extra time where Patrick Horgan frees. Keane Lynch. Well, it's like a hot potato at the moment. Cork need a score. Conor Lehane didn't catch it well, and goalkeeper Nicky Quaid happy to see it trickle wide.
Yeah, look, it's been a great game, great quality, but you can see that there's litany of mistakes there. You know, drop ball there by Robbie O'Flynn. Then Keane Lynch should have really gained possession, and Conor Lehane with a lazy wide there. Really, normally expecting to take on his man there and try to draw free.
Ball back in play from Nicky Quaid. Garrod Hegarty went for it, now bursting through is Shane Dowling. Shane Dowling for Limerick. Oh! The hurl ended up in the back of the net. Was he fouled? The referee has called a halt to play. The ball ended up going wide. The hurl ended up in the net. What's the decision here?
Well, is it a penalty if he's given it? He's inside there.
He hasn't signalled.
It has to be a penalty if it's a free.
It has to be a penalty, and it is now a penalty. The referee went in and was speaking to Tim O'Mahony, I think it was, but Shane Dowling was clearly pushed. It took the referee a while to signal the penalty, but it is a penalty.
Yeah, look, if you watch her Dowling, again, I mentioned him so often there. Look at the push on the back there. Just he threw it up and he missed it. Slight push in the back there by Mark Ellis, and the penalty is given.
Yeah.
Big call here now. Do you tap it over? No, you go for it. You have to go for it, but if it's saved, it's a massive turning point. And Gillan is going to take it.
So
I think Dowling's experience here would be the man I'd be.
The Keane Lynch is there, and now actually Shane Dowling is walking up towards it. I think it is going to be Shane Dowling.
I think that's a good call.
This is huge. Aaron Gillan, I think, is going to have to go off injured as we watch Shane Dowling from the Piercing. They lead by 1, a place in the All-Ireland final at stake. Shane Dowling, goal! They came back from the dead in the last 10 minutes of normal time. 2 goals and 30 to 129. They're in the box seat with 6 minutes to go.
What a penalty, Darragh. Look at this, into the top corner of the net. A yard inside the post. An unbelievable penalty. And this man, Shane Dowling, he's had many great games for Limerick over the years, but he's never had a better game than he's having since he came on the field today.
Barry Nash is on the Limerick team. Aaron Gillan has gone off. Cork have got to play catch-up. They're 4 behind, and that ball has gone over the bar, but the referee won't allow it. Jack O'Connor is coming on for Cork, and Aaron Gillan, just out of picture, has gone off, and he looks very badly injured. Now, he is able to hobble off, but it's taken 2 to carry him off.
Yeah, he'll be a massive, to get through, he'll be a massive loss, but that's for another day. What a game he's had out there. 6 from play, 7 frees, I think 13 points in total. Outstanding contribution from Gillan. And he's gone injured there now, and they're lucky to have Dowling on if they do get any more frees that are crucial.
Less than 5 minutes to go. Limerick by 4. Dan Morrissey. Well, their belief and their spirit questioned in years gone by, but you cannot question the belief and the spirit of this exceptional team. And you can say the same for Cork, but they are being pushed to the pin of their collar now. But Limerick with a lot of negative history against them. Robbie O'Flynn for Cork, hopping off Limerick men as he goes. That was Mike Casey who got a touch to that. It all has to be flawless now for that Limerick defence, and it is as they take it away with Will O'Donoghue. Belted forward by Richie English. Down the other end of Croke Park will suit Limerick just fine. There's still plenty of time for Cork. Here's Pat Ryan. Ryan had a chance in normal time, and Ryan has put it into the back of the net. They're on their way, surely, back to the All-Ireland final for the first time since 07.
What a goal, Darragh, what a goal. Come along, look at this, a little lob over the goalie at this stage of the game. A beautiful finish. His pace has caused all sorts of problems since he came on. When Richie English hit that ball, you could see the one-on-one, the matchup was wrong. He had the pace on Cahalane, went around him in a brilliant finish, and that has to be surely it now.
Was there a smile breaking out on the face of John Kiley? They've spoken about one game at a time, one half at a time, one moment at a time, and Keane Lynch has gone down.
And this is like Galway yesterday, you know, if they get through, they lost Canning, they lost McInerney, they lost a few key men, and Keane Lynch looks hurt there as well.
Well, smiles on the faces of some Cork supporters inside. David Reedy is coming on for Declan Hannon. And the Limerick supporters all around us on the top level of the Hogan stand, standing up to acclaim their team. But the job isn't done yet. 3 minutes in this tie it's an eternity.
Yeah, it is, but you know, it looks like the work is under 7 up, and surely not going to give that lead away now. And you know, what heart and what guts. I know it's not over yet, but to be 6 down, look to be dead and buried. Cork were absolutely flying it, and for whatever reason they stopped playing. They haven't looked like scoring from play. I don't know, it must be a half an hour or more since they got a score from play, and you know, it's just, I suppose, a collapse from them, but outstanding hurling from Limerick.
Cork could be about to lose their 3rd All-Ireland semi-final in a row. Limerick today appearing in their 16th. Well, all this stop-start stuff at this stage, this is just perfect for Limerick now with this kind of a lead.
Yeah, well, look, I've been saying from the start of the year that I thought Limerick I thought they'd win Munster, they didn't. But I said that I thought they had the strongest panel in the country, and you can see that today with the substitutions that have just been so important, and Cork going for a goal now. Take a quick one.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and work something, but the move breaks down. Here comes Kyle Hayes, who has covered every blade of grass in Croke Park, and he's fired it up into the corner to Barry Nash. The Limerick substitute. Cork needed down the other end and fast. They look to be in a winning position with about 9 minutes of the 70 to go. And Limerick upped their game and Cork stopped playing, but that's a consolation score, is it, at this stage, from substitute Jack O'Connor. It's a lovely point, in fairness, but those 2 goals in the second half of injury time, of this extra time indeed, have been real sucker punches to Cork, and they're on the floor at the moment. His team
there were 2 brilliant goals. Okay, the penalty, you know, but the way he stitched it in the roof of the net, and then Pat Ryan's composure to finish as well at this stage of a game is just fantastic to see.
6 points between them. 3:30, it's crazy. Well, 1:30 is crazy as well, but here they come again. That's a lovely angle ball towards Patrick Horgan. Horgan to try and give Cork another lifeline. The 10 minutes are almost up. Cork can't come back from here, can they?
I'm afraid to say anything there at this stage.
Yeah, Limerick and big games, and yeah, okay. You were involved in that.
Yeah, Johnny Dooley was here this morning at 10 o'clock, his Legends Tour in Croke Park, and of course he got that famous goal in '94. Will Horgan get one here?
This has to be a goal. Pat Horgan, they've stopped it, they've kept it out. There has been something very different about Limerick and this team all year. That starting 15, the power and the strength on their bench. 3 minutes of added time. Limerick lead by 6. A place in the All-Ireland final, their first since '07, is within their grasp. Cork will have the ball from the sideline on a weekend of twists and turns and non-stop drama. There just can't be any more in this. Cork will be heartbroken. Limerick, well, you can start the conversation about tickets for the middle of next month. 2.5 minutes to go. The atmosphere has been absolutely brilliant all the way through. It went into the odd lull, I think, from both sets of supporters at times, just in shock about what they were seeing for the second day in a row. And here it goes up to Barry Nash again. Talk about icing on the cake stuff for Barry Nash, and he's got it, and that is the insurance point. That is it, Barry Nash. 3 additional minutes at the end of this second period of extra time, but Limerick will not be denied now at this late stage, where they summoned the energy from and the scores from at the end of the 70 minutes, and then in this second period of extra time with those 2 goals, which finally killed off the Cork resistance. Limerick, well, a team full of resilience. You saw the way they reacted against Kilkenny with Richie Hogan's late goal, the way they reacted here, and what they've done in the second period of extra time.
We'll watch this first there. That's over, but Darry, you're dead right. I think that win against Kilkenny, you know, we know it's not the great Kilkenny team of the past, but what normally would happen there, Kilkenny got the late goal to go on and win those games. They don't lose them. And Tom Morrissey also caught the puck out and put it over the bar. And that win, you could see what it meant to the people of Limerick as well after. In Turnus, they were so emotional. Dave Puncher beside us doing the stats, he couldn't talk to me after the game. He was having a little quiet tear, shedding a tear, and I wouldn't blame him. And that was huge. And there's another brilliant score.
David Reedy, isn't it? Well, they will remember this weekend, they'll remember this day for a long, long time, absolutely everywhere. Wherever hurling is spoken about, wherever you were watching this today, you'll be talking about it for weeks. We still don't know who Limerick are going to play, and we thought for a long time that this would go the same way, that we'd be talking about a replay tomorrow week. Cork have got a free in. Mike Casey pleading his case with the referee. But there is something very different about this Limerick team this year. unbelievably fit. We spoke about the work they've been doing with the sports psychologist. That ball has gone into the back of the net. It's gone into the back of the net. Did it go off the stick of Nicky Quaid?
We'll have a look here again. Just dropped in there, and little flick there from somebody. I'm not sure who it was.
Well,
a lot of amateur referees here now. It's going to be blown up.
It's all over. It is all over. And Limerick have got over the line, and they're back in the All-Ireland final, the first time since 2007. What an intense, gripping, brilliant occasion. And Limerick found the resilience at the end of the 70 minutes to force extra time, and they did it in the second period of extra time. The full-time score, Limerick 3:32, Cork 2:31. It's Limerick's day.